from this open demand, we can also connect to the storage. This is a storage of the Fugaku. Actually, this storage is a shared storage. Both computational nodes can access the storage. The pre-processing environment can connect the storage. Also, the login nodes can connect the storage. And via open on demand, there is an icon that's called home directory. By clicking this, it will open this small window in the right side. That is a graphical, it's similar to this file explorer that you can navigate by clicking on the links and can move to the directories and also upload and download files. And again, for those who are accustomed to use your own terminal, not the graphical one, you can, from this command line, you can access the storage, and you can do SCP, secret copy, to input or output data from your local machine. Okay. Is it okay? So, for the project, since we have several Fugaku users, we have our storage system is divided on different, that we call volumes. That is, depending on the project, your main disk can be stayed on any of the available volumes. And this is from the Fugaku portal. If you look in the Fugaku, there is information about the project. That is, the main is for the account. If you look into the disk accounting, this will give you all the information about the disk that your project. Here, for this HP 250477, this is for the school. You see that we have two volumes, one in 0001 and another in this vol 0300. The main working directory it is vol 0300. So, and on the bottom, we have this home. Here, this home is 0400 because this is my home directory. And each user can have different home directory depending on the first project that you participate. The thing is, your home directory has a quota of 20 gigabytes. If you're running large simulation or you want to store large data, please use this data directory instead of home directory. Okay? And for the home directory, you can store your personal things. The home directory is only you can access the directory. But the data directory is shared by the project. If you want to make your directory private, please set this CH mode, correct? And without this directory is anyone belonging to this project can access. Okay, and for the data directory, this vol 0300, we have 5 terabytes. It seems large or not, but it is shared by all users of the project. That is, students, lecturers, TAs. So we ask you, do not put large data because that can affect other users in the project. Okay? Because this 5 terabytes is for the entire project. But still, we can follow anyone can access via your Fugaku portal and can track how much of the disk has been used. Currently is almost nothing, so you can put data without any worry. But please check this information before uploading a large data into your disk. Okay. And here just the thing that I already said. And after the school, if you're participating on other project, or if you are accepted on another, if you submit a proposal and you are starting another project, you can share data from different projects by using this other directory that we call shared directory. That is also, for this, we have, is also in the vol 0300, but I think this is for future. If you become in this situation, you can use the shared directory to share data from project to project. But inside the project, you can use this data directory that is shared among all users. And you can, so instead of using your home directory to share data to other users, and this home directory, there is a note that you cannot change the mode because you can have a problem that you cannot log in to your directory if you change your permissions. So please use this data, or we call work directory. And the main root of the directory is this vol 0300 data and the project ID, this HP 250477. Okay. And this is the thing that I said before. Do not change the permission of the home directory. And if you want to share data with users, use this other directory. And all this information is also in this information for the users in this help desk report. And you can follow later on. Okay. In the directory, there are some subdirectories. I believe some of them already accessed and already created your own directory. If you look, there is a subdirectory called materials, where the lecturers will put the materials for the lectures. And we have subdirectory for each for the lecturers, TAs, and students. And I just asked it for the students to create your own work directory for the lectures. And inside this students subdirectory, we asked you to create your account, your directory by using your account name, starting with the U something, and put a real name to facilitate to find who is the owner of the account. And as I said, if you do not want to have your directory, if you want to make private, please set this permission by the ch mode. Well, and I'm not sure if someone is still did not create your directory, but to create this, you can do this via Open Demand by via this home directory, you can open this file explorer. And there is a button that, if it appears in the left side, you can directly click the link. But if not, you just need to put this. I'm repeating several times, but you should memorize where your directory is. Vol 0300, data, and this HP 250477. Okay? And you can change directory here. And if you see these lecturers, materials, students, and TAs subfolders. And inside the students subfolder, you can click. There's a button called New Directory, and you put in as a directory name your account, real name, and you are ready to prepare your applications, codes to run, submit jobs to the Fugaku. And do that under your own subdirectory, okay? You can, it is not prohibited to submit jobs from the home directory, but every time that you try to submit jobs from the home directory, it will appear as a warning message. So, because as a default, we consider that the working directory is the place that you should put your simulation dates code, simulation data, to submit the jobs. Okay, and you can upload and download files via this graphical interface. And to upload files, you can navigate by clicking the links, or you can direct type the directory that you want to move or to access. And by clicking this upload button, it will open this very simple, it will open this mini window, and you can drag and drop the file or directory that you want to copy. That's all. Very, very simple. And you can copy the simulation codes, simulation data from your local machine to the Fugaku by using this graphical interface. On the other hand, to download, you can navigate to the directory where the file or the folder that you want to download. You should select by ticking the file that you want to download, and just want to download. Well, this is the folder inside materials. There is a general instructions, and inside this, I create a folder that's called Use of Fugaku. And I will upload these slides on the subdirectory, so you can try to download this via Open Demand, or if you want, you can use terminal, as if you are accustomed to do this. Okay? And this part is how to access the storage. So, you know how to access the login nodes, the storage, and here comes the main part, to access the computational resource. The main resource is the compute nodes, that we call compute nodes, are ARM-based A64FX CPUs. And as I said, we have also these servers for pre-processing and post-processing. And this server, they have the traditional Intel CPUs and NVIDIA GPUs. So they are different systems, but you can, but the storage is shared, and you can connect from each of them. Okay, and if you look into the project, we can see that we have 53,000 node hours allocated to the project. And again, this is for the project, that is, all the people belong to the project, students, lecturers, and TAs. So it's not for a single account, it's for the project. And how we can calculate is, we call node here is CPU. And this node hours is for the CPU of the Fugaku. In the entrance, I think there is a mock-up of a rack, and there is also a motherboard. In the motherboard, there are 2 CPUs, but it's only one of them. And each CPU has 48 compute cores. And the calculation is, if you use one single node for 1 hour, it corresponds to 1 node hour. That is, if you allocate 53,000 nodes, that is 1/3 of the Fugaku, and if you run for 1 hour, it is the computational resource that was allocated. But if you use only one node, you have 53,000 hours to use. Okay? And this also, you can track anyone from your portal. You can track how many node hours has been already used and how many are remaining. For instance, here, you can see that already 30 node hours was used. Okay? And this will be active until the end of April. So it's not during the school, I'm saying, until the February 3rd, but until the end of this project, this is the amount of computation node that you can use. Again, it's for the entire project. So do not use alone large-scale simulations after this, trying to, how can I say? Please be careful not to use so much alone. Well, one thing that I want to add here is, there are several setups that we can do, or we can ask. For the specific case of the school, we asked for that we called exclusive use. That is, only the people that belong to the project that receive authorization for the exclusive use can use. And for this school, we have this, we obtain this resource group that is called exclusive, EXCL, the project name, the year and months. By using this specific resource group when submitting jobs, this resource group is only allowed to be used by the users that belong to this project. So, from the midnight, when it's already active. So, 96 nodes of the Fugaku was allocated only for this project. No other users outside the school can access these nodes. So we expect that during the lectures, by using these exclusive views, you can have a more fast response time when submitting jobs. So, and it will end at the end of the school, but at midnight. Yes, one node has 48 cores. The total are this 96 times 48, the number of cores. For regular use, that is, after the school, if you look in the Fugaku portal, there is a link for the resource group. There are different resource groups that the user can use to submit. There are a lot more, but traditionally, there is a small. In the small is from 1 node to 384 nodes. That is 1 rack of the Fugaku. If you use a computational resource within 1 rack, you can use using this small resource group. There is a middle, large, huge, also interactive, and you can look more about that from this Fugaku portal. So, as I said in the beginning, there is this portal that you can check the operational status of the Fugaku. It is publicly available, so anyone can look to this information by typing this URL. And you can see from this, since it's changed time by time, this is the information that took a few days early. And here you can see that there is information about allocated nodes. And there is all is 142,000 nodes. And this not correspond to the entire number of CPUs in the Fugaku. That is, the exclusive use is outside this part. That is, this is the number of CPUs that is provided to the users, but there are some nodes or some CPUs that are exclusively allocated to some project. Okay? And you can, if you are interested, you can look into this later by typing this URL. And the main use is you can use in both interactive way or the normal one is batch. I believe that you are already using HPC system, and so in the both compute nodes and also pre-processing environment, you can submit interactive jobs and batch jobs. And just, there are several applications that have some pre-set up to use or to submit jobs. And I'm not sure how is the default mode is, how the open demand is appearing in your laptop. If you open the open demand and you can see only these recently used apps and passenger apps, you can try to click a button in the upper part. There's a help, and if you click, it will open this small window that will show these profiles, this default and all apps. So if you are looking only these two, please click this help and click this all apps. That will show you another list for the batch jobs and interactive apps. This is the current list of the applications that is installed on the system side and can be used in the interactive mode and batch mode. And this is mainly batch jobs is for the compute nodes, and the interactive apps is for the pre-post environment. Okay? And one thing that I want to add is, usually, not usually, people who are accustomed to submit jobs usually need to write bash scripts. And for the Fugaku, there is a rule, and we use Fujitsu-based job schedulers. And there's a need to write the script, submit the jobs by using a command line. And since this is, how can I say, trying to make it easier, Masahiro Nakao-san, who is the developer of the Fugaku Open Demand developer and maintainer, he created this another service that is called Open Composer. That is, becomes he also presented as a paper in a workshop at the SC. And the thing is, it helps you to prepare the job script. And there is a button in the bottom called Open Composer. If you click on it, it will appear another window with the applications that has already some pre-set up to prepare the jobs. And if you look in the bottom, there is a application, there's an Open Composer to help creating jobs for the school. And for this school, this exclusive resource group is already set. So there's no need to memorize this resource group. So, and just an example, probably you all will have the opportunity to use this in the next sessions. And to use this, very simple. You can just select or fill necessary information. You can change from both left side and also edit directly on this script content. And via this interface, to submit this job, you just click this button. It will submit job for you. And after submitting, you can trace your history. There is a button to check your history. You can check the status of the job, if it's queued, running, or here it's completed. You can, after the completion, you can obtain the job details, all these things. If you want more details, there's in the Open Demand manual, there is a section for this Open Composer, and you can use it. That will help you to prepare the jobs. And also, you'll be able to submit the jobs and also obtain the result. And also, you can also use Fugaku on an interactive mode by setting this necessary information. The main is you need to set the group. And for the interactive mode, there is a special resource group. That's the INT. And you set how many nodes you want to use in the interactive mode. The only restriction is the maximum allowed number of nodes for interactive mode is 12. If you want to use more than 12, please use the batch job. But for small scale test, and you want immediate response, you can use this interactive job. And to check this, by joining these data, and we use this command called pj_sub for submitting job. And in the bottom part is just an example when submitting the interactive job, and you can check that the prompt on the upper side is logging something. That is, you are in the login node, and when you submit this interactive job for the compute nodes, if your prompt change to something like something at something, these are codes, you have information that you are now in an interactive mode running on a compute node. That is, the thing is, I'm sorry, it's not that. After the at, we have a letter and a number. This will show you which rack on the set of racks your interactive node is running. And inside this rack, each CPU has your own ID, and this gives you where or which CPU are you using. And you are working directly on the ARM CPU to do this, the thing that you want to test or try to work on the interactive mode. And just one note, since the work directory is the default, if you try to do this via home directory, it will give you this warning message. But if you want to force running from the home directory, you can just add this no check directory. It's I want to use from home directory. And it will enable you to run this interactive. But on the home directory, be aware that the limit is 20 gigabytes. If you want to use a larger data, please use the working directory. Okay. And after the simulation, if you want to visualize, analyze, do some post-processing, you can use these interactive apps on the open demand side. We have several pre-installed applications for this visualization and analysis. And there is on the left top side, there's an icon called desktop. This will create you a remote desktop on the pre-post environment. And this is just an example by running some of the application that is installed on the open demand side, loading some simulation data, just some sample data. So you can do this. Of course, you can use your laptop to download the data and do this visualization analysis. But if you want, you can use this pre-post environment. And the thing is, we have two different servers. One with GPUs. GPU is better for rendering, to generating these computer graphics results. And we have another server that is called large memory server that you can use up to 6 terabytes of memory for doing this, your analysis. And if you want more information about this how to use these visualization tools on the open demand side. Although this is a bit old, it was in 2023. There's a hands-on tutorial that was done for the users, how to use the open demand and also run the visualization. Oh, I just want to add here, there is this person. He was a participant of the EU ASEAN school in Bangkok, Thailand. And after the school, he was interested to learn more about this part of visualization and came to R-CCS as an international intern. So he was from University of Malaya. Well, he already graduated and he is working as a researcher. But when he was here, and he helped to prepare this hands-on session. Just an information. Okay. And maybe there is no what need to do. There's one thing that I want to inform. Usually there is no need to worry about. But when running supercomputer centers, energy consumption is our worry. Fujitsu CPU has some that we call power knobs. The user can select some options to disable part of the CPU or to change the clock, the frequency. And during the 5 years of operation, we changed slightly the modes. And currently, the default mode is called frequency is 10% higher than normal. Instead of 2 gigahertz, it's 2.2 gigahertz. But using this echo state equal 2. Just to show what is this. This is a each CPU has 48 cores. And inside the cores, there's a called floating point unit, the part that does this calculation. We have dual pipeline. But if your code is not heavily intensive in this processing, there's an option to shut off one of the FPUs. So the echo mode equal to, the default mode is one of the FPU is off. So if your code is heavy, intensive in calculation, so please be aware if your performance is degraded, maybe you need to change this echo mode from the default mode to the normal mode to improve your performance. But this part is, but this is for all Fugaku users, we change this default mode to this one. But so everyone needs to check if your code requires changing of the mode to run. And the one thing that I want to include here is default mode is 2.2 gigahertz, but it is only allowed when using this echo mode, that is one FPU off. The 2.2 gigahertz with normal mode is prohibited. Actually, even when you try to submit a job, it will be, how can I say, you cannot submit the jobs, you will give an error. So, depending on the performance, please look on this. And another thing that we made as default is that we call retention mode. It checks if your cores or CPUs are active or not, and they automatically disables the CPU and cores. it needs milliseconds to change from one state to another state, but it can affect the performance of your simulation code, but for our side, the operation side, it helps a lot in decreasing this energy consumption. So this is just an information that I just want to add here. And oh, it's almost it. And this is, I think there's not much thing to do. Well, and for those who want to use Fugaku after the school, look into the Fugaku portal. There's a resource. We have several software that's already installed on the Fugaku side. We have open source software, mainly provided via we call SPAC Package Manager, and we have also commercial software. Okay. But commercial software, each software has different licenses, and you need to apply to use this. So if you want to use different software after the school, please look to the web page. I think it's almost the time. So, until now, are you probably, if you can connect to the open demand, from here, from the open demand, you can access all the Fugaku environment. And if you need help, there are manuals, also the AI assistant. And during the school, we are here, people from the RIKEN side, also the TAs will help you, and we'll be happy to help you if you have any trouble, problem accessing Fugaku. Oh, so good luck in the lectures.